Everyone, it's Dr. Sam Robbins. Today I'm going to talk about how to decrease lower body fat, in your legs and so forth, in both men and women. It's an interesting topic, and I've had a few guys ask me how to decrease their lower body fat. And this is typically, again, a question that women ask because that's where they put a lot of their fat, on their legs and butt, while guys, usually put it around their stomach. And the good news is that there is most definitely a fix for this, for both men and women, and I'll tell you how in a minute. In fact, I did this for myself. And no, it's not lipo-suction, even though that is probably the most permanent solution, but for sure not the best because it's hard to lipo out fat in the lower body because of all the muscles and joints and the knees and bones and the ankles and so forth, unlike stomach fat, which is much easier to liposuction. So let's talk about my own struggles with fat legs. Now, when I was in my teens, I used to cycle a lot and race, bicycles. So basically, you shave your legs to prevent too much damage when you fall. Plus, because I was also into bodybuilding and so forth, I shaved my, hairy legs or just mainly trimmed them with a buzzer so I can see how they're coming along, the shape, the definition, muscle growth, and so forth. Well, for years, I had, smooth legs. Now, they weren't, fat or soft like a girl, but they weren't manly either. They were just smooth, right? They were just there. And my body fat wasn't high either, right? So I wasn't like a fat guy. I knew plenty of guys who were fatter than me, but had really lean legs and veins on their legs, comparatively to their lower body and upper body. And it didn't make sense. It's like none of their fat was going to their legs, but not me. Mine wasn't like that, and I didn't like that look. It looked more feminine. Plus, with the shaved legs, it felt even more girly. Of course, because I was so into the hormones and so forth at a young age, I had my doctor do a full hormone blood panel when I was like 19 or 20, even though he didn't think it was necessary. And I insisted, and the results were shocking. I had low testosterone, I had high DHT, that's the hair loss hormone, and I had high estrogen, the female hormone. And now all of these were in the quote-unquote normal range, but they were not optimal. And I asked the doctor to help me fix it. And he said, these are normal ranges, don't bother. And I said, listen, I'm barely 20 years old, and this is as good as it's going to get, right? It's going to get worse every year. And he said, again, don't worry about it. He ignored me, and he sent me home. So after many months of research at the library, and this was way before the internet, and testing and playing with different foods and supplements and even very low-dose medications, I completely fixed and optimized my hormones. About a year later, I had high testosterone. I had low DHT and I had low estrogen. All were in the normal ranges, but now they were optimal and balanced. And slowly but surely, my legs started to get leaner and leaner. They started having more veins and they looked, quote unquote, manly and muscular. But my body fat, also did improve, but the balancing of my hormones, especially my estrogen levels, lowering them, allowed my body fat to almost melt off. So getting right to the point, the primary hormone that causes lower body fat is estrogen, the female hormone. Of course, we all have estrogen, just that women have more of it. And guys with more lower body fat, and or if you also have, man boobs, that gynecomastia, you for sure have more estrogen. In fact, these days, I see more and more often guys having just too much estrogen and gynecomastia and all these problems, which leads to fat gain all over the body, especially the lower body and man boobs, depression and moodiness, lowered testosterone levels, which means less muscle, less sex drive, less happiness, prostate problems and cancer, yep, estrogen is a problem, and even hair loss. So for men, fixing elevated or higher levels of estrogen is most beneficial, and I'll show you how in a minute. Now for women who are watching this, women have more lower body fat. Again, this is obviously due to genetics and various receptor sensitivity issues and, of course, higher estrogen levels. Again, lowering estrogen will allow you to quickly decrease your lower body fat and in many ways just be healthier and leaner and also happier too. Remember, estrogen is the primary cause of cancer in women as well, especially breast. Regardless of male or female, you do not want also low estrogen. You just want to lower it. Keep that in mind. Low levels are not good. You want to just keep it on a lower normal range. So allow me to discuss the 3 best ways to lower your estrogen. And I'm going to keep this section short and to the point. And if you want more details for a future video, Let me know below in the comments. But here are the 3 best ways to lower estrogen in a natural and healthy way. The first is lose body fat. Yep, fat cells produce estrogen. More fat, more estrogen. This is also why it's harder to lose fat when you're fat. Your hormones are imbalanced. Next, you want to stay away from foods that have estrogenic qualities. This would be flax seeds because of the lignans. Also soy products. This means tofu, beans, soybeans, tempeh, and so forth. Wheat products, and also cruciferous vegetables such as cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage, as well as dairy and hormone-treated meats and protein. Next, you want to take supplements that help lower estrogen and prolactin, which interacts with estrogen, which is another female hormone. You take DIM, also white button mushroom extract, Vitex agnus, also B6, also curcumin or resveratrol help as well. And this is a good start, all right? For the ladies listening, there's more I can say. It can get a bit more complicated for you. And if you're interested, let me know below in the comment section. I'll do a detailed video just for women. But for the guys watching this, using a product such as Alpha Viril will quickly fix this naturally while also improving your testosterone and other hormones. Now, I'm saying this because Alpha Viril is what I've been using for over 20 years, and it for sure has helped me balance and optimize my hormones. And this is needed if you're over the age of 30, especially if you're over the age of 40 and 50 and beyond. Now, managing your estrogen and having optimal hormone levels will obviously result in more muscle and strength, less body fat. This means abs and lower legs and man boobs, and of course, a much higher sex drive and stronger erections. So in summary, keep in mind that all of this also takes time. It can take a few weeks and months to slowly burn off that lower body fat as your hormones balance out. Thus, the sooner you start, the sooner you'll get results. Remember, you first need to lose that excess body fat. This will help produce less estrogen from your fat cells. You want to stay from the foods that I mentioned and also take specific supplements, herbs, and vitamins that help balance out your hormones and decrease excess levels of estrogen. More details about all these ingredients, as well as the Alpha Viril, the solution I've been using for 20 years, below in the description area. Thanks for listening and have a happy and healthy day.